god of war, the shadow of Yggdrasil. The wind howled through the icy peaks of Midgard, carrying whispers of an ancient prophecy. Snow fell like ash, blanketing the towering pines and the bones of forgotten giants. At the edge of the Lake of Nine, beneath the shadow of the world serpent Jormungandr, Kratos and Atreus stood, their eyes fixed on the ominous silhouette of Yggdrasil, the world tree. Kratos, the ghost of Sparta, felt the weight of his past bear down on him. His axe, the Leviathan, hung heavy in his hand, and the scar that ran across his face throbbed as if in warning. "We do not belong here, boy," he growled, his voice like distant thunder. Atreus, the young god now wiser beyond his years, tightened his grip on his bow. His eyes, a mix of youthful hope and hardened resolve, scanned the landscape. "We have no choice, father. If we don't find the roots of Yggdrasil, all realms will fall. We have to stop this shadow." His voice wavered, but his courage held strong. The shadow Atreus spoke of had spread like a sickness through the realms. Helheim had grown colder, Niflheim's mists turned poisonous, and even the fiery plains of Muspelheim had begun to flicker and fade. The source of the corruption was said to lie within the roots of Yggdrasil, deep in a hidden realm known as o5l, where light and shadow intertwined. Kratos knew the cost of such journeys. They had fought gods, giants, and creatures of nightmare. But this was different. The shadow had a name, Nidhogger, the ancient dragon that gnawed at the roots of the world tree, seeking to undo the bonds of reality itself. Kratos had faced dragons before, but Nidhogger was not just a beast. It was an embodiment of chaos, a force that threatened to unravel the very fabric of the Nine Realms. As they crossed the threshold of the Lake of Nine, the waters parted, revealing a hidden path illuminated by the glow of runes etched into stone. "The Norns have not abandoned us yet," Atreus whispered. Reading the runes that spoke of destiny, of battles yet to come, and of sacrifices to be made, they ventured onward, the chill of Fimbulwinter biting at their skin. Draugr emerged from the snow, their eyes burning with hatred. Kratos' Leviathan axe cleaved through them, its icy edge finding flesh and bone. Atreus' arrows struck with precision, their tips infused with magic that sparked and seared. Together, they moved as one, a symphony of war. But as they neared the entrance to Skogul's Vale, a familiar face awaited them. Freya, the Vanir goddess, shrouded in grief and fury. Her eyes locked onto Kratos, and for a moment the air seemed to freeze. "You," she hissed, "the man who took my son from me." Kratos' grip tightened on his axe, but he did not raise it. "I did what I must," he replied, his voice cold but not without regret. Atreus stepped between them, his hand raised. "We don't have time for this. The shadow, Nidhogger, threatens everything, even the gods." Freya's gaze shifted to Atreus, and her expression softened, if only slightly. "I know, child, the serpent has stirred, and you seek to stop it. But know this, Kratos. No matter the outcome of this battle, there will be a reckoning." With a reluctant nod, Freya joined their journey, her magic guiding them through the veiled woods where light bent and shadows whispered. They fought through hordes of nightmarish creatures, hellwalkers from Helheim and corrupted Jotnar, twisted by the shadow's influence. At the heart of Skogul's Vale, they found the entrance to Yggdrasil's roots, a cavern lit by the pale glow of the tree's life force. There, coiled around the roots, was Nidhogger. Its scales shimmered with dark energy, and its eyes glowed with malice as it hissed in the ancient language. Kratos readied himself, and Atreus knocked an arrow, the rune on its shaft blazing with light. "Remember, boy," Kratos said, "we fight not for glory but for survival, for those we must protect." The battle was brutal. Nidhogger's breath scorched the earth, and its claws raked through the air like blades. Freya's magic shielded them from the dragon's wrath, while Atreus' arrows struck with precision. Kratos fought with a fury unmatched, wielding both the Leviathan axe and the blades of chaos, each strike tearing through scales and sinew. As the beast weakened, Atreus called upon the power within him, summoning a spectral wolf that lunged at Nidhogger, tearing into its throat. The dragon roared, its body writhing as it tried to break free from the roots that now entangled it. Kratos leapt, his blades blazing, and delivered the final blow, a strike that split the dragon's skull and silenced its roar. With the beast slain, the shadow lifted and the roots of Yggdrasil pulsed with renewed life. But as the mist cleared, the trio stood facing a path that split in 3 directions. The Norns had spoken, more battles awaited, and their fates were intertwined. Freya turned to Kratos, her eyes still full of fire. "This isn't over, Spartan." Kratos nodded, his gaze fixed on the horizon. "I know." Atreus looked up at his father. "Where do we go now?" Kratos stared into the distance where the realms shimmered beneath the branches of Yggdrasil. "Forward, boy. Always forward." And with that, they walked into the unknown, the echoes of their footsteps fading into the vast expanse of the 9 realms, where gods, monsters, and fate itself awaited their next move.